So we all have a bunch of video games that we like. Some get sequels, while others are just one-hit wonders. Here are 5 games that I would love to see rebooted, in no particular order. Number 1, Saints Row. Saints Row is one of the few games that I know that has a split fan base. A lot of people love Saints Row 2, while others love the new way they took the franchise with number 3. Personally, I would love to see them go back to the roots of number 2. They don't really need to use this gimmick of superpowers. Some things they could add is more bass and car customizations. Think about your car being able to have guns come out of it. Add more factions to the mix, and don't have them all be buddy-buddy with each other like 3. One last thing is add demolition to certain buildings. A lot of video games like Just Cause and Crackdown 3 have been adding this to their games. It would be a nice change. Number 2, Tomodachi Life. Tomodachi Life is kind of a hidden gem for the 3DS. Not a lot of people know about it. Essentially, you play God. You bring your Miis to the island, you feed them, you buy them clothes, decorate their rooms, and kind of choose who they marry. Kind of sick, right? No, it's pretty cool. Think like The Sims but cuter. Things they could add is way more clothing options and a lot more room designs. The coolest thing about this game is that the characters will go out and have interactions with other characters that are on the island. But after a few times, it starts to get repetitive. One thing that would be nice is if you had the option just to play as your own Mii and interact with other Miis and without having to choose what they do.
I'm sorry about what happened. I'm sorry too.
Number 3, WWE All-Stars. All-Stars was probably one of THQ's last good idea. Now that 2K has a license, they have more money to take risks. Something that I didn't like with All-Stars is that the entrances were too short. Once a star made it to the ramp, the entrance would end. So that is something that they could fix. There were about 6 to 8 arenas, give or take a few. So they could add more characters, maybe even make the game M-rated with brutal finishes. Think kind of Blitz the League, but with wrestling. Number 4, War of the Monsters. War of the Monsters is a game where all generic cliche monsters come to fight each other in cities, islands, etc. It hasn't had a sequel and was released on the PS2, but has been re-released on the PS3 and PS4, so Sony has some interest in it. They should add a story to each monster of why they are attacking. Add bigger stage hazards like a huge tidal wave coming in to sweep the island, or even have a volcano where you can throw your monster in. Add more monsters. And if all they were to do was to update the graphics to make it look like a PS4 game, I'd be happy with that. Number 5, PlayStation All-Stars. PlayStation All-Stars was a game that everybody who loves Smash Bros. and also had a Sony console was waiting for. When the game came out, it was hit with mixed reviews. People loved it for what it was, while others were hoping that it would play just like Smash Bros. The reason I put this game on the list is because I haven't heard any news of them making a sequel. This would be the perfect time to reboot it and change some things with it. One thing for sure is add a good story mode. Smash Bros. 4 didn't come with a story mode, and PlayStation All-Stars story mode was really boring. So this would be a perfect time to show that PlayStation All-Stars is better than Smash Bros. With having a unique story mode. Add a lot more characters from the Sony family, and even add characters from other developers. I like the finishers, but I can see why people weren't a huge fan of them, and maybe make them sort of like Smash Bros. Add in-game trophies to add background of the characters and artwork. Have soundtracks of different games playing in the background before or in selection. If Smash can do this, I completely believe that PlayStation All-Stars can do this, but add an 8-player battle royal. Well, those are 5 games that I would love to see rebooted. If you guys have some game ideas that you think that you would want to see rebooted, leave a comment below. I would love to hear what you guys think. And as always, be a Rick.